Hello everybody and welcome to another video on my Let's Play Indie Games channel. My name is Juan Enrique and I bid you welcome to DCS Black Shark 2 DCS World. Today I want to talk a little bit about the tremor button, which is a very useful tool you can use. I'm not going to talk about how to turn this machine on. That I do on this video right here. If you click on this link and if you're interested, you can watch my tutorial on how to start up the Ka50. Basically what you're going to witness right now is what you can learn on that video. But yes, today we are talking about the tremor button, which you press the tremor button and you tell your helicopter basically where you want to go and how you want to go there, as in how fast, how high, and how banked, depending, of course, on how you program it. So I'm going to turn on the APU here. It's going to become a little loud. Yep, there we go. So I'm going to turn on the engines, and since that takes a while, I'm going to close the window here. I'm going to turn on the engines 1 and 2, which takes not too long, but it takes a few, like maybe a minute or so, 2 minutes. And what I'm going to show you here is the tremor effect, what actually happens. But first, let me turn on engine 1. Okay, so I'm going to press the stick. I'm going to press the stick forward, as you can see. Okay, this is exaggeratedly a lot. Okay, so you should never press it so much. But I'm just going to press it up a bit, and I'm going to press the tremor button. And you see the needle there moved, telling the board computer where to go. And if I release my stick here in real life, you see that the stick in the computer game has stayed where I told it to stay. That is the tremor effect. If I release it, it'll reset itself. If I reset it, it'll reset itself, of course. So here we go. Sounds good. It sounds like engine 1 is ready to go. Let's turn on engine 2. And yes. So basically, let's say I wanted to fly in a circle forever. I just push my stick up to the left, and press the tremor button. And now technically, if I now take off, it'll fly me off to the up left, which is not good. So I'll reset the tremor right there. There we go. Reset it is. And we are almost good to go. Keep in mind, I am not setting up vital things like, that is not on yet. Like, for example, this thing. I'm not turning on the radios because I'm not going to need them. I'm not going to need the board computer. I'm going to need the autopilot, so to say. This could be turned on as well. Who cares? Nobody cares. So now that the chopper is on, I'm going to turn off the APU again. I'm going to press page up twice to bring my rotors up to fly mode and not standard idle mode. So here we are. And to demonstrate exactly what I mean, I'm going to go down. I'm going to push the stick up a bit, like fairly. Not too much. Not too much. Not too much. And I'm going to press the tremor button. There I go. Now the tremor is set. And now what I can do is show you a nice, soft takeoff. Whoa, sorry about that. Let's do it from here. Let's do it sideways so you can see exactly what happens. I get lighter, I get lighter, I get lighter. And that's it. That's all I had to do. That's So here we are flying at not too much. We're flying fairly slowly and we're climbing. So I'm just going to play a bit with my throttle. if you check it out here, you see the altimeter. No, not the altimeter. The your climbing rate, basically, the climb rate indicator. As you can see, I'm climbing just a bitty bit, just a itty bitty bit. I don't have altitude hold on, so I always like to keep track of my altitude manually. But that said, let's navigate a little bit with the trimmer button, with the help of the trimmer button. So the trimmer button is set to that direction that I'm flying, so it won't do anything unless I change it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hold the trimmer button, I'm going to change direction, and as soon as I'm happy with the direction I'm facing, I'm going to let go of the trimmer button. And then the chopper will continue flying to that direction. So press and hold trimmer button, click. As I already immediately override the autopilot, so I'm going to start turning gently. First I apply a bit of rudder, and then I apply a bit of left stick, and then the same goes. I remove the rudder and I level out. Okay, it was a bit slow, that's why it wasn't the best curve in the world, but that's how you turn with the thing. So I'm basically flying that way. I'm going to try to stay center, and I'm going to release the button and the joystick as well. And I am just keeping an eye on my altitude because I don't want to fly up too high or anything. I just want to stay close to the ground for no reason at all. There we go. A nice smooth flight, a controlled flight. So let's say we want to accelerate a bit. This is a bit slow, so I'm going to press the button, the trimmer button. Watch my altitude. I'm going to press it, immediately gain access to the controls. I'm going to accelerate, nose down, and accelerate with the thing. And I'm going to release the trimmer button, keeping an eye on my height, climb rate. And there we go. I accelerated a bit, and he's actually going to keep accelerating for a while until he levels out himself. And I've noticed I'm also turning a bit, which is not a big problem. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn again because I'm at the end of the runway, at the end of this airport, keeping an eye on my altitude. I'm going to keep the trim. I'm going to press the trimmer. I'm going to start turning. I'm going to apply some rudder. I'm going to decelerate because I'm climbing very high. There we go. Perfect turn. So I'm going to start leveling out and bringing back the rudder at the same time. Slowly, slowly watching my altitude. Slowly. Excellent. As soon as I'm leveled out, I'm going to let go of the trimmer button. There we go. Let go of the trimmer button, and now we're flying straight. We're flying up as well, which is not what I want. But let me check. There should be the runway. I'm going to look for the light poles where I actually started. Watch my altitude. Okay, so I'm going to press the trimmer button again. Regain control of the helicopter. I'm going to decelerate. Going to bring my nose up to 10-15%. Watching my altitude at all times, especially when I go nose up, because chopper will want to go up. So I need to check where I need to go. I'm going to start turning. Since we're flying so slow, it's not important. It's not that important. There's the runway. There are the poles. So that's where I'm going to move to, keeping an eye on my altitude and how I am climbing. Brilliant. Here's exactly where I want to go. Sorry about the light blinding us right now. So there, keep in mind I'm keeping the trimmer button pressed at all times right now, just because. Okay, it's warning me to lower my gear, and it's a very good idea to do so. Pressing G will do this. Okay, now, another thing you might want to learn today is the hover button, the hover mode. Yes, there is a hover mode, and it's kind of tricky, okay? Because you need to be slower than 30. Look, at the top left of the HUD, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. That's my speed. If it's underneath 30, you're good to go. I recommend being the slowest as possible, because as soon as you press Alt-T, you will enter hover mode, and your chopper will try to take you to the spot where you pressed it. So in this case, I'm going to press it right now. I'm going to release the trimmer button as soon as I am slow enough. There's a little bit of wind from the right, but I'm going to let go of the trimmer button as soon as I'm close to 0. Right there, and press Alt-T. Automatically, the chopper will level out and will make me completely still. And that is the hover mode. And since we're in a nice hover mode right above the ground, I'm just going to start decelerating a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. There we go. And carefully, 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 carefully. And carefully touch down. And that is the tutorial of the trimmer button. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope this was informative and at the very least a little bit entertaining. I have lots of videos on my video channel, so please feel free to come by and watch some other videos, lots of Let's Plays, lots of indie game Let's Plays. And you can also win video games at my channel. All you have to do is subscribe, like, and watch comments, and the more you do these things, the more your chances rise to win games. If you are interested, you can click on this link to check out what games exactly are winnable and what are the conditions for participation. So again, people, thank you very much for watching. I hope this was useful. And until next time.